Hello. I had a little time on my hands. So, what I wanted to do was do a 10-minute little quick tutorial on how I create a really simple character. I created a character in my portfolio, which is like this little sailor guy, and he's really cool. I just thought it'd be fun to see and challenge myself to see if I could recreate him. So, I'm going to do that right now. I'm timing myself to see how quickly I can do this and what I can get done in 10 minutes. So what I've done there is I've created a shape. I've just pulled in these markers over here to create the bottom, which is rounded. What I did then is I then Command C, Command F, which is cut and then paste it on exactly in the same place. I'm getting a shape here. I'm going to select those and do the pathfinder, so I've cut those. What I want to do here is, it looks a bit funny if there's no hair there, so I'm just going to create that little thing there for now. It's all very rough, but we'll see how this comes together. Command C, Command F, align to selection, bang, so we align it to the other side. Very simple at the moment. So let's create some hair for this little guy. It's one way of doing it, probably not the best way, so I've just dragged the block. Just going to line it up here. I always use these little green markers with, I can't remember what they're called. They're called smart guides. If you don't use smart guides, I seriously recommend you do, because they're seriously awesome. So I just want to round off the top ones here. Use this direct select tool, just drag and then do that, just to get a little bit of shape. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep one like that and one like that, because I want to create a little kink in the side of his head over here. So I'm just going to grab a block, just going to line it up. There we go, perfect. And then I'm going to use my pathfinder tool and I'm going to cut that. So now he's got this little like old school kink in his hair. Again, grab that point, pull those in, grab that point, pull it out. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Then I want to give him like a funny little side parting thing. So I'm going to pull that up there. Do that, but that looks a bit awkward because no one's hair really goes like that. So I'm going to move this down a bit, and then I'm going to select that and use our pathfinder tool, and that's called minus front. So obviously that this space here is in front of the other space. Bam, and then what it does is creates a shape out of it. So just to get this a little bit interesting. Wow, we're 2.5 minutes in. Pick up the pace over here. Okay, so it's got a little bit of a weird little side parting thing. I'm going to give him some ears. Should be cool. So yeah, let's give him some really big ears so he looks like a real sailor or a wrestler. He's got those kind of cauliflower ears, which are really cool. So again, paste, transform, it's going to reflect that, which means it flips it the other way around. And then I'm just going to drag that there. So let's just see approximately. I can just judge this by. Okay, so he's coming together quickly. I'm going to kind of fill out his beard here. Again, just use this direct select tool. I'm going to direct select tool over there. I'm going to pull that in so he's got like a bit of a beard thing on the side. Maybe I'll line that up. So again, select that, hold down Alt, which will select that shape there, and align it to that. So again, Control C, Control F, Control Reflect. So yes, 90. Bam, you're going to select that, hold down Alt, and then go Align, which will align whatever you've got to the selection. So that's just a fun way of doing that. I'm not going to get around to doing his beard the way I wanted to, so let me just do a really quick way of doing it. Bam, there again, just cut that. Bam, and then Control C, Control F in the same place. No, it's okay, it's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to join those together. So now he's got a bit of a beard on. If I've got time, I'm going to come back to that actually. Then I'm going to create a nose for him. Let's give him a big old sailor nose. Kind of feels like that beard is a little bit out of control at the moment, so we'll get back to that. Big old sailor nose, so I'm going to select a point there. I'm going to drag it again, make sure that it's center aligned there. Make sure those are aligned. Bang, bang. Again, use the Unite tool. And those are a bit sharp, so again, grab that, pull that down. So there's his nose. Could actually put it over there, but I'm not going to. So I'm just going to move his mustache down a bit. Yeah, it's a bit better. I'll probably move it down a little bit more. Okay, so it's coming together. So what we're going to do is add some detail to his ear over here. What I do is Control C, Control F, hold down Shift and Alt to bring those in at the same size. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this, I think 3 is cool. Then I'm going to go over here because I want to cut part of that out. So I'm going to cut that point, delete. Okay, so that's looking a little bit small. Let's go 4. Yeah, that's cool. So I'm just going to move that down a little bit. And then I'm going to create the inner part of his ear. I'm just going to do it on the side here. Again, using the same thing there. This time though, I'm probably just going to cut that one and that one. So again, just a really cool way of creating shapes. I'll group that. I'm going to round off the strokes and the edges of this. So I'll do that. I'm going to pull that into there. I go bang, bang. Align to selection. Center align. It's a little bit weird. It doesn't really work. Okay, so I'm going to pull that out there. It's a bit better. Group that. Copy and paste in place. Transform, reflect. And then I'm probably just going to align it with that just to be a little bit lazy. Okay, and then Control Shift bracket, which pushes it to the back, which is cool. How am I doing for time? This might be a 15-minute tutorial. Well, 7 minutes, there's no way. It's okay, I'm going to push this to 15 minutes because this guy just doesn't want to come together. Cool, so there's one eye. Let's give him an eye. What do you call these things? Eyelash? No. Eyebrow. I'm using my English here. So a little bit of eyebrow over there. I kind of like to do this sometimes, so you pull it out to give it a little bit more shape, so it kind of looks like it tapers to the edge, but doesn't really. It's kind of a little cheat. I'm going to group those together. And then what I did in the previous one was, if I select the black, grab that, and then just kind of gives them a little bit of that, sailor, heavy eye look, like maybe he's been in the pub for too long, or he's just missing home. Okay, so that's a little bit harsh, so I'm going to grab that point over there and just using my direction keys, I'm just going to pull that up, and I'm going to select that with my direct select tool and pull it down, so you kind of just, it's a bit better. I'm going to select the white in the background, which is in my palette, but I'm just too lazy to go there. Again, select that. So you've got them both selected. So you select one, you hold down Shift, you select the second one, you hold down Alt, which means it selects the next object you click, which is that one. So that's going to align the white circle to the inner circle, to the outer circle. So there's an eye. Cool. Let's give him a mouth very quickly, so it gives him a little bit of an expression. Bam. That's his mouth. Give him a big old smile. Why not? I like to give my characters smiles. Actually, I got feedback the other day that too many of my characters are smiling in my illustrations, so I need to make them not as smiley. Which is cool. Good feedback. I liked it. Did it? Worked. So again, I'm just going to create something here which sets some lines under his eyes. Let me get that stroke again. Cut it there. Cut it there. Direct select. Okay, there we go. So that's kind of giving him a little bit more character. And then what I think would be cool is if we give him a little bit of depth on his face. So let me just do that. This is all very rough. Don't worry. We're gonna get there. And I'm going to put that over there. So we've got these two shapes. I'm going to use my pathfinder. I'm going to put them together. I'm going to drop those in there. What I'm going to do then is just round these off. So this kind of gives a little bit of contour to his face and makes it a little more interesting to look at. Kind of a cheekbone vibe going down, and I'm going to do that. So it's not really looking the way I wanted it to, but it's fine. We can fix that. What I'm going to do with that is transparency. Where is that? So there, I'm going to drop that down by 50%. Okay, and then I'm going to get that. So I'm going to cut this away over here because I don't really like that. And I'm going to send that to the back. So cut that. Okay, so it's looking pretty sailorish. Kind of feel like there's a bit too much space going on over here. So it's like that and that, and I'm going to move that a little bit down so it kind of lines up more with his nose. Looks like his eyes were kind of over his nose, which was a little bit weird. Now his eyes look like they're totally out of sync with his eyebrow, which is a bit odd as well. So I'm just going to select that, group that. Yeah. So I mean, you guys can go look at the final thing that I did do on my dribble page. This is kind of just a recreation of it, but a very simple one. The one there is obviously a little bit more polished, and I spent a little bit more time on it, but it's the same. It really is the same processes. It's the same tools that I've used. So nothing really changes too much there. It's all flat vector work. So yeah, you could definitely apply the principles that I've done in this one to that one. Cool. So look, he's looking kind of interesting there. What I wanted to do then, and this is, let's just see if this works. It was quite fun on the previous one, is get the center point there. So I want to try to give him a little bit of a moustache vibe, which looks quite fun, and it's using strokes, so it's quite interesting. Do that, and then we just, it's not going to be perfect by a long shot. Okay. Let's give that a bash. So 1, 2, 3, 4 stroke. It's a little bit skewed, but anyway, it's fine. And then what I'm going to do there is grab that. I'm going to pull that out just so it makes it a little bit more rounded. Grab that. I'm going to make those a little bit rounded. I actually don't need to do that, that's just wasting time. I'm going to reflect that. What are we doing for time? Let's have a look here. Oh, we're already on 12 minutes. Oh boy. Okay, I'm just gonna do a few more things and then wrap this thing up. So I need to grab that. It's not the best way to do that either. That's fine. Let me just cut that. Cut that. Okay, so now we've got this cool little mustache shape over here, which goes over his mouth, and then what could be quite cool is if we grab that center point. Let me just go into this actual selection. Grab that, the cheers, and then we're going to go bam, I want that. Yeah, it's good enough. I'll put that one there, and I'm going to put that one there, and then I'm using my direct select tool. I'm going to move that up. Bam! So now it's got like a little kind of cleft thing, I suppose. I don't really know what you would call that. Bring that to the front and move it up a little bit. Cool. Then I'm going to give him a little bit of a chin. Bam. Cut that. Cut that. Get rid of that. Okay. So now we just select and center that. And then what's quite cool we can do on here is we can get this tool. Where is it? Oh yeah, here we go. Width tool. So I'm just going to grab that point there, and I'm going to do that. So it gives it a little bit of that, that old school kind of mustache look, which is quite cool. Let me grab it again, just select the point. No, it's on that side. Let's have a look here. Let's get a little closer. Cool. Well, what I'm going to do is that. It will work. Wow. Okay, cool. So there he is. He's got his vibes going down. He's a pretty cool little dude. I'm probably just going to go into this. I'm going to select that and then just I'm going to duplicate that so it kind of looks like he's had a really rough night. And then what was quite fun in the previous one is this eye was a blue eye or purple eye. So we go in there, just drag out that cool, nice purple color, put that in there, bam. What I'm going to do is actually take it into this group. I work in groups a lot. Send that to the back. Then I'm going to just align these, center align these two things here. So there, boom, bam, bam. Okay, so now he's got a blue eye. This looks a bit funny though, so what I'm going to do is make that a dark purple and try align that with that. Yeah, it works okay. Shame, man, this poor dude has not had a good night. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little stroke in his mouth. So you see where his teeth are. What you can do on that one is just use this up here, which is uniform, and you just you often use that one, so it just creates kind of a tapered points on each side, which is quite fun. Is it fun? No, probably not really. It's functional more than fun, right? So what I'm going to do is just create some little detail things over here. So I'm moving, obviously trying to go as quickly as possible on this. I don't want to get you guys bored. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to move it up so it looks a little bit better. Again, where is my cutting tool? I'm going to cut it there. I'm going to cut it there. So that's been cut. I'm going to group it just for fun. I'm going to put that there. Move it down a little bit. And then I'm going to create little nostrils for him over here. So we're going to go there. Oh, look, I didn't do a very good job on that shape. I'll have to go back and fix that. Or I can just hide it with this nostril. Cool, so that's that. I'm just going to duplicate that, transform, reflect, move it over to that side. So now he's got two nostrils. Like a guy, he can breathe. Again, I've scaled this with a transform one. So a good tip there is if you want to keep your stroke width the same when you're making it bigger or smaller, just take that off over there and then it'll be consistent. Otherwise it's going to get smaller as you drag stuff smaller. And, sometimes that's cool, sometimes it's not so cool, sometimes it's a bit irritating. It all depends what you're doing on the project. Cool, so there he is. He's looking cool. I suppose I could do some more stuff with his beard. What I'm going to do here is grab that and grab that. And I'm just going to group them, and then, wow, I'm just going to grab that and that. Things are getting crazy over here. And then I'm just going to grab that, holding down shift, I'm grabbing all these individual points. I'm just going to round them. Nothing too crazy. Cool, so he's got some things going on over here. What I'll probably do here is just again use this uniform tool, so it just creates a nice little bit of a taper that goes down there. What could be cool actually is if we just give him a little bit of texture on his beard, or just a bit of line work. So what I'll do there is I'll just do that. You're going, that looks pretty lame, Dylan, but hang in there, it's going to get better. Cool, so then we're going to do that. No, let's not do that, I don't like the look of that. Let's just use this tool again, why not? So I'm going to create that. I'm going to Control C, Control F, which pastes it in place. I'm going to move this over here. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to grab them both, and then I'm going to double click my blend tool. I'm going to go specific steps, and then, hey, I don't know, let's just go 15. Good, cool. I'm going to Alt Control B, which is for blend. And that doesn't look that good actually. It hasn't brought through that effect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that and I'm going to grab that. So that's a good tip. I didn't realize that if you have one of these things on your child blend, it doesn't work. So I'm just going to expand that because that should help it. If it doesn't, then we've all learned something new. Hey, it worked. Fantastic. So I'm going to move that down there. Hey, but I think it could use a little bit more. Could it? Yeah, let's try go for 20. So again, just double click that blend tool. Okay, so that obviously looks a bit weird. doesn't make any sense that being like that. So what I'm going to do is grab the beard shape, Control C, Control F, and then I'm going to go Command Shift bracket, which brings it to the front. I'm going to grab that, I'm going to grab that, I'm going to go Command 7, which is a quick mask, and I'm going to put that there. So now that shape is masked behind there. Let's go 30% on that beard because it's not looking like it's natural. Let's grab that, and I'm just going to send that to the back so it looks a bit better. Cool, so not perfect, but you get the idea. It looks pretty fun. Then you can just add some highlights to his hair. So, you know, what I would maybe do, this might not be the best way of doing it, is just duplicate that and then cut this specific shape out over here. I'm going to group that, and I'm going to take that thing there. I'm just going to pick that stroke, and then I'm just going to move that up there. So that gives him a little bit of a highlight in his head. Yeah, kind of works there. Not too bad. And then let me just give them page a bit of background color because we need to add his hat in. Bam, bam. How are we doing for time? I bet you, 21 minutes. Okay, cool. I'm gonna move him down there, and then I'm gonna do a really quick hat because you know who watches 20-minute videos on YouTube anymore? No one. So you've made it this far. Well done, guys. You're one of the few who watch long videos on YouTube, which people don't do anymore. So cool. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna grab that. Control C, Control F. I'm gonna flip it. I'm just gonna scale it because you know this is kind of what a sailor's hat looks like. I think maybe just give it a little bit of a lighter gray. Yeah, it's cool. And then do that, do that. Before we forget, let me put some of those classic sailor lines on. Okay, not perfect, but what I'm going to do is I'll go into these. Again, if you guys have got better ways of working, please share. I'm self-taught on Illustrator, so I'm sure there's a lot of things that I get wrong, and I'm happy to learn all the time. Yeah, that's what it's all about, getting better and to keep learning. So yeah, this is not about me being brilliant, but just showing you how I do stuff, and hopefully you guys can learn stuff from what I do. That's the plan. Okay, cool. So bam, bam, bam. Is that everything? Oh, yes, it is. I'm going to group that. Then what I often do in a transform is I just move stuff around incrementally. So okay, still be minus 20 degrees. Let's do that. Let's line his hat up with his head over here so it looks kind of official. You know, he's a little bit drunk, but not too bad. Okay, so I don't like his mouth. I'm going to cut this a little bit. I think his smile's too big. No one's that happy in real life, really. Come on, let's face it. So let me just drag that up there. Let me put it behind, too far behind. Cool. And then what I want to do is just make sure that this little, actually now I'm going to get all, this is what I do simple stuff and I get stuck on the details, which I didn't want to do because I'm trying to time myself and do it as quickly as possible. So I'm not going to get stuck on details, guys. That's that's not what I want to do. So let me just give him some more lines here so it looks like he's a little bit haggard, you know, dude's been around the block. Maybe he's just come back from a trip where he's seen Moby Dick. My daughter's been reading Moby Dick at the moment. They're loving it. It's an amazing book, actually. Cool. And then, yeah, let me just do one over here as well. So he looks a bit perplexed. He's like, why is this dude drawing me in Illustrator and why is he talking so much? I wish he would just keep quiet. Yeah, I think that's it. I think let's just leave it there. So there we have it. There's a little sailor dude recreated in originally 10 minutes. Maybe that was a little bit ambitious, Dylan. Maybe, yeah, next time I'll do it in 20 minutes. Cool, guys. That's it. Hope you learned something from that. I think he's quite a fun little dude. And, yo, catch you next time.